Hello everyone, it's Monday. It's Kay too at the Collective Soul Tarot channel. Thanks for joining with me again today, Monday, the first day of a new week. And then we're on our way to Christmas this week. Yay! I hope everyone has a fantastic Christmas planned. Christmas plans. If you don't, you're still deeply loved and you're never alone, right? Might feel like it, but you're not. So anyways, I hope you all had a really nice weekend. I did, and I got a few things done which made me very happy. But we're going to do this general reading for the collective, and excuse me, I just want to say thank you to subscribers and new subscribers. Thank you so much for being with me and wanting to be a part of the channel by subscribing. Thank you so much. And let's not waste any more time and let's begin, okay? All right. So the tarot is to clarify. And the Seer Marquetti decks are to begin the reading. We're going to do past, present, and future. And let's check this out. I guess that's the first one, message of concern. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, as I envision your wings wrapped around me for protection, light, and guidance. Thank you so much. I love the feeling. Love it. Heart chakra space opening right up. That's my cat meowing in the background, just in case you didn't realize. That's Diesel, who we call Deedle-Dee. It's Deedle-Dee. Deedle-Dee. And so, Archangel Michael, my Holy Spirit, will you please guide and assist me today with correctly interpreting the energies in the cards and to help me see clearly? Thank you so much. Archangel Michael, my Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective today in this general read for Monday, December the 18th? Holy moly. 2023. New year coming upon us quite quickly. Second card is that one. Yep. We're going to cut. All right. What is the present energy, Archangel Michael? Bad health. Ooh. Somebody might be sick. You know, literally quite sick. Maybe in the hospital, maybe just in bed, maybe having COVID at this time of season, or the flu. Maybe. Or surgical procedure, or whatever it might be. Or it isn't quite as literal, and it could just be that something to the collective seems to be in ill repair shape, that kind of thing, where a relationship's gone bad, and it needs a little bit more of TLC, tender loving care, to nurse it back to health again. But right now, the collective is thinking that things are not so good, and the connection is not so good with somebody, and perhaps maybe you want it to get to heal, to get better. What's the most near oopsies. Near future is the coffin. Okay, yeah, there is a message of concern. Could be some message, some information, something coming to you is concerning, or there's a message that concerns something to do with integrity here. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it was either one or the other, and possibly, unfortunately, this person who might be in the hospital or not doing very well, doing poorly health-wise, may be passing on. But I really don't see that this is that is the could be for someone who resonates with. Fine, that's great. If you're not here for a love reading, that's fine too. But if you're here for a love reading, it has to do with putting the final nail in a coffin over your behaviors, the way of thinking, and possibly a relationship that you want to see, it's ended. There's no more you really don't want to have anything more to do with that person you're leaving. This is the near future, right? Okay, so without further ado, let's start clarifying. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, this is a very concerning reading. I must say, Archangel Michael, holy doodles. Okay, so let's clarify the past here with message of concern. And I see we have the bear card too. So what else have we got for the message of concern clarification? Ooh, a big fat mountain. That's a mountain. That's blockages and that's delays, okay? Something in the past that seemed to kind of take the wind out of you and acted as a blockage or a delay. Some information you received was, I must say, took your own self power, away from you, and you had to, and it was quite a block for you to be able to move forward in your life. Something was very unsettling to you. Yeah, something you learned via however way that came to you. But as it turns out, you had to dig deep inside yourself again to find your confidence and your own power and pure intentions to overcome the obstacle, so that this was, whatever was concerning to you at the time, could be dealt with in a way that was going to work for you. Okay, let's carry on. Let's do present day. So that was the past. You had obstacles to overcome. You found your self-confidence through your becoming empowered. It could have been some kind of message that helped you feel like I said, it may not have been a message of concern per se, but a message concerning something that was going to help you. Look at this bear. It's trying to climb the mountain. Not that polar bears climb mountains, but he's looking like he's going for it. He's going for it, and back down the other side, so he's putting it behind him. That's what I'm trying to say, is that you're finding your own power again, that you may have given away to someone in a relationship, and you're now you're regaining it, becoming more self-empowered. And that was the very thing you needed to overcome this mountain, this obstacle, and these challenges that were delaying you or setting you back, or just plain blocking you from moving forward in your life. So bad health, let's get back to that. Bad health. We have, oh wow, great luck with the 4-leaf clover and happiness. And the scythe or scythe. Scythe, I say. Scythe is the thing that cuts away that which no longer serves you, which is, ill health, whatever causes your bad health. This is cutting away, luscious looking grass, but it was hiding the young seedlings of the wheat, that which humans thrive on. Not just for consumption, but economical too, because farmers, they grow it and sell it to the markets. So there's something that came along that you discovered was great luck, brought you happiness too, that then allowed you to make the decision that you're going, it's about healing, it's about mending a soured or just a difficult, challenging connection, or a connection that you no longer have with somebody that you want because it ended badly, like bad health. It ended badly. So near future, please. The coffin. What can we know about the coffin, Archangel Michael? We have thief. And you know, what you feel safe and secure. This is your safety and security, the Anchor card. So someone stole your sense of safety and security. Someone took that from you because of the way they behaved, possibly, that you learned about back then. All right, so you know, perhaps you felt like someone stole your heart too, and then left you feeling very emotionally unstable, you know, on the rough seas, the rough water of the seas, right? The emotional water of the seas, just kind of floundering around like a fish out of water. But you're without the anchor, your boat, you know, it's like it's going to go here and there and everywhere and really like that kind of thing, because it's not anchored to the sea bottom, right? But this is clarification for that. So what was being put an end to, a final nail in the coffin about somebody who took something from you that made you feel like you lost your safety and security. Emotional, right? You became very emotionally unstable in the sense that life was pretty rough emotionally for a while. Really rough, like rough waters, right? Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and clarify, excuse me, with the tarot. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, we are ready for some clarification, further clarification. Thank you so much. What do we know for message of concern in the past? We have the Fool, free spirit. We have Temperance, that's peace, harmony, calm, and balance, and, you know, healing, mending. Death. Okay. And then the Two of Swords. The Eight of Cups on the back. Oh, I'm going to go through them all. Archangel Michael said, okay, come on. Remember what we do here. It's just habit. Read one card at a time. But they're coming in threes, so I should really read them all together. I just kind of like to, you know, be organized with my thoughts. Seven of Coins, Ten of Cups, the Moon, that's fears, yeah, things being hidden, out of sight, but being revealed. Why did I pull? Okay, we got the Page of Swords, so you learned something. You got some information you needed. The Sun helped reveal that whatever was hidden before in your marriage. That left you looking at the past, going, what the hey, right? What the hey? What the hey? Okay. In the past, we got Mountain here. Archangel Michael, can you please clarify that for us? Message concerning. We have Nine of Coins, that's becoming single, single and independent. King of Swords, possibly through the courts with a lawyer, a divorce lawyer, or just being strategic. Ten of Wands, heavy burdens, ready to put them down. 10 is the end. And then we have the Six of Cups. Putting them down. So this can go two ways. This could be that the past is the person you're dealing with that you've known for a very long time, okay? Or it's that you're moving to someone from your past, because it's like the last card of the three here. Going into the present day. Okay. So the message concerning impulsiveness, lack of perspective, perfect balance. Yeah. From a perspective, an attitude of, let's see, what do I want to say? Archangel Michael, what was that? Excuse me. I want to say a change of, moving forward. Just a kind of attitude of doing things a certain way, being in a type of mindset that caused you to really kind of be not open-minded, really. You were closed off, essentially. Somebody was closed off. They moved impulsively and closed off. We're closed off to thinking of things in a different way. Let's put it that way. But you put an end to it. You did. But by doing that, this is death, major death, or death and major transformation. But it puts you into like indecisive mode. Like, what should I do? I have come to realize that in the past, however long ago that was for you, I behaved impulsively and made a rash move without much, doing my research and maybe thinking things over more, and maybe just taking a little bit more time to get to know somebody, that you just moved into it because you thought that they were going to bring you balance and peace, being in a relationship with that person, but it turns out not. And it left you feeling like, well, you were a one-track mind. You're nearsighted kind of thing at the time, but it ended up bringing you a great deal of obviously issues that you had to put an end to. But then you were so frozen with indecision in the sense that you knew you needed to move on from this, but at the same time you're thinking, well, maybe I can live with this. Maybe it'll be okay. Maybe we could fix this, because I don't want to go through divorce. I don't want to lose, a lot of money through the whole transaction of going through divorce. It was very concerning for you. Fuddy is playing and Minnie is barking. Okay. Deedle-dee, Fuddy and Minnie. Yay. They're all voco. Fuddy's back. He's been really sick, but he's back. He's back. We're saying hip hip hooray, yay, Fuddy is back. He's goofy. That's why he's Fuddy. That's why his name is Fuddy. He's nutty. Okay, back to the reading. Sorry, guys. He's very vocal. Yeah. So you learned something about yourself. You learned something about yourself. I think that whatever you learned about yourself was because of the way, that's the sense I'm getting from this message of concern, is that you saw the ways of your other half, right? Whether long-term partner or spouse. You saw their ways. It made you reassess. It made you look at the past and see that whatever it was that you had in mind with this particular relationship, it was great, it was grand, and all that sort of stuff. The two of you are on the same page, but you just, at this point in time when you're reassessing now, you're looking back and saying things aren't as good as they could have been. Things aren't as good as I wanted to think they were, or things aren't as good as they seem to be, or they appear to be. Because the abundance I'm getting is not the kind of abundance I was looking for. And this isn't just about prosperity, okay? This is just about finances. This is about also the abundance and feeling good. Feeling loved, feeling nurtured, feeling like contented and just satisfied. Knowing that you're in the right place, you're in the right time, the right place, and on the right path in your life. You're assessing that, looking back at the past and seeing that your tree is not as fruitful as you had envisioned it to be, with the small perspective you had at the time, because you lacked perspective, right? In temperance being reversed, with the small perspective you had back in the day, because you didn't, just to put it this way, if you're still very much focused on the world and what it can give you and what you can get from it, because that's where you think you get everything, which is true. However, the source of how we get those things isn't necessarily from self-will or from us making it happen through our own will, whether we do it with integrity or we do it with sneakiness, underhanded, mischievous, negative ways, right? Manipulation and fear and all that sort of stuff through the ego. We were trained and grew and developed into thinking, mostly thinking beings instead of feeling beings. Because let's face it, feelings are messy. Feelings are messy if you don't have control of them. And if you're thinking all the time, of course, you don't have control of your feelings, because it's those muscles that you have to flex and strengthen. When you're trying to control your emotions, you have to work at it. You do. It's just like anything else. Even when you became a thinker, you had to work at your thinking abilities to be a more critical thinker, to be more discerning, to be more ingenious, to be more creative. All those sort of thinkings you needed to work like a muscle. So you're as intelligent as you are as to the level of how much you've been working your mind. Okay, a lot of people go to school, and I know I did. I finished 12th grade and I lived quite nicely in my own little world for how many years, until I decided to go back to school. I went back to school in 2002. So I was already, I don't know what I was, 38 years old maybe. I went back to school. I actually tried school when I was still like in my 20s, but it just wasn't for me. All that studying and reading and just focus and spending time not doing things I want to do. I had to do things I didn't want to do, which is studying and reading and doing homework assignments and writing papers and all that sort of stuff. I didn't want to do that, so I didn't do well. That was in my 20s. So when I did finally decide to go back to school in the late 30s, I did very well. Very well. I really surprised myself, okay? But I did very well. A's and everything, 4.0, it's just like perfect. I worked hard and I sacrificed a lot to do that. I really did. I had a child and I sacrificed time spent with her, so she's had to spend time with her father, while I had my nose in the books for all those really important years, and I totally regret that. But that's another day, another story. But in any case, we flex our muscles, whether it's intelligence, emotion, and spiritual. There's those three parts to us, right? Spiritual. So if you're not too much in flexing that heart, that spiritual muscle, that is like the emotional center of us, is where the heart is, right? It's more like the spirit kind of thing. But emotion can be negative, so that wouldn't be spirit. So it's when it's balanced, it's more in tune with spirit at that point in time. But the mind here is more thinking in the 3D world, more focused on the world and what you can get from it in whatever way that is that works for you, and what you can give back to it possibly too. Most often it's like, what can I get, instead of giving back equally, right? Not just like, okay, I'll give you 5 cents, but I'll take 500, that kind of thing. Anyways, moving on. You were in a much more narrower mindset at the time, not as emotionally grown, because the muscle was not being really being flexed. and you'd been looking back at that because you needed to find a way to empower yourself to be able to say, hey, things are not as good as I had hoped they'd be. Smarten up, whoever you are. Like, that's what you're saying to yourself. I'm not. Smarten up. Smarten up and realize that it's because I've just letting other people, like namely my partner, to drive the road forward for you, and in terms of your prosperity, abundance. You know, and the abundance, like I said, it comes in many forms. Look at this one's pregnant, okay? And then there's the fruit, but there's, you know, abundance comes in every way. 10 of Cups, that could be seen as abundance, having a happily ever after with the family. That's being really feeling abundant there, unless it's not. And it could be because of a lot of secrets that things are taking place under your roof that you didn't know about. Things are being hidden from you. You're hiding things too, you know, to be fair. You were hiding your emotions too, and for who? Somebody that you want to move towards, but we don't see that just here yet, right? Who that is, if it's going to show up at all. But there's somebody from your past, or this is the person that you've been with in the past. But in any case, you're hiding feelings for somebody that we don't know about just yet from your long-term partner. That you've been hiding, like pushing down yourself. You didn't really want to be thinking about them, because you were supposed to be, you know, this is a great chance for you to have the happily ever after. But guess what? You were enlightened. Things were coming to the surface to be revealed. You learned something either online. Maybe you received an email from a friend that they seen something your spouse was doing that they thought maybe you should know about. Yeah. So what do you think happened? Well, the block, right? The block that you were able to overcome this block. You were able to overcome this block by becoming self-empowered from the information that you received, perhaps about yourself, that then was mirrored back to you, that really stamped it with confirmation that, yeah, the way you used to be, being sort of narrow-minded and moving impulsively, recklessly forward towards life, relationships and stuff, like not taking enough time to get to know that person first. Well, then you met a karmic, because you were in karmic energy yourself. You met the karmic and you moved forward quite hastily with them. And things just started to go south. And things were coming to an end, really. Things were coming to an end. Things were changing. You put certain things to death, but the whole idea of the happily ever after was coming to an end. It was dying. It was dying. But it scared the bejeebies out of you, because you really wanted this to be it. You really just wanted it to be it. You didn't want to have to be doing something all over again with somebody else, you know, because you leave this one and move on. So you sat on the fence for quite some time, still putting your emotions, blocking your emotions down about something, and blocking people from your life, because you just had too much on your plate over here, and the emotion was just way too out of control for you. Way too out of control. You weren't really very well versed in how to manage your own emotions, let alone someone else's. So it was just chaos, just crazy. And so you said, you know what? I'd rather be single than to deal with somebody that's bringing this chaos, this kind of like roller coaster riding. We're on an endless roller coaster ride, and it's a loop, because it comes back around and we go over the dips and the dives and ups and the downs and so forth. So, and then back around, we do it all over again, depending on how many times a year, maybe once every 2 years or something. But it was too often. You said, I got to put an end to it. I have to be strategic, because the the heaviness of this life has gotten too much for me. I need to lay it down. I need to lay my burdens down. I need to. This is just too much. Way, way too much. So you strategically went to a lawyer and strategically talked to your lawyer about being strategic about, you know, ending the marriage so that you could be single, so that you could lay your burdens down about this, but at the same time you're still burdened. There's a burden you're holding, at least one wand yet, that represents this particular burden right here. The past. A comforting connection. Someone you think about. So let's move on. Archangel Michael, thank you for that. Can you tell us please about the bad health, Clover, and the Sight card in the present day? So guys, we're talking about present day right now, so keep that in mind, please. Thank you. We have the Nine of Cups, emotional fulfillment, deep emotional cleansing, time about 3 months. So we're looking at January, February, March. Okay. Three of Wands, manifesting your dreams, you know, turning your back to the past, looking out to the horizon. Five of Wands, much conflict, or you're letting it down, letting it go for harmony, to restore the harmony. But with bad health, I would have to say that it's that you're feeling an inner conflict about whatever connection it is that's not really been, it needs some TLC. Needs some tender loving care. So the Clover card, please. Discovered great luck that helped you be able to cut away. Queen of Cups. Wow, talk about great luck right there. There she is. Look where it landed too, right above the Six of Cups. So there's your past. This is a person that you've got your emotions, you know, suppressed for, with the Moon and the Two of Swords. Look where it landed there too. You've been blocking this one, blocking your emotions for them, and just literally blocking them from your life because you just had too much chaos and conflict and just drama going on over here. In the past, to have to deal with another person, especially when you have developed deep feelings for. You do. And you know that every time you talk to her, it's satisfying. It's like sunny days and rainbows, in the sense that she's not a problem. You know, she really isn't a problem. She's lighthearted. She's a beloved person. She's the princess of the deck, and you know, everybody loves her. Intuitive, you know, smart, intelligent, and all that sort of stuff. But caring, kind, and compassionate. Someone who shares their feelings, who doesn't hide them, and it makes you feel good. Like you feel good with that person in your life, whether you're going to be with them or not. You just like the idea of being connected to them. But in this situation, you're putting this in the past, right? You're putting this in the past behind you, because you want to get to reconnect with this one, and that's the connection that's in bad health right now, because it must have ended badly in some way, or just the fact that you blocked and pushed it down and would not communicate with her anymore. And I mean, excuse me, when communication ends, that's the end of a relationship, isn't it? Really, quite literally. Excuse me, and drink. Whether you're close or far away. What else we got? Eight of Cups. Yeah, you walked away from that one. Illuminate something. Oh, I'm getting an idea here. Okay. And then the Ace of Swords. We got the Three of Swords right here. Okay, so what I got when I put down the full moon and illuminated, so actually before I did, just after I put this down and pulled this one, just when I pulled this one, before really seeing it, I started thinking, because how does this relate to the Clover? Well, it does, because what you're now seeing is that you, okay, this is actually, I don't know if it was the collective reading I deleted accidentally last week, or it was in one of the readings. But you feel very, very lucky, excuse me, having met this one. And that other reading was about, even though you were in the snake and the wearing the mask phase of your life when you met her, you still met someone as gracious as this one is. Someone who actually knows how to love unconditionally. This and the Empress know how to love unconditionally. Okay, they don't shy away from it. And she touched your heart in whatever way it was, to whatever degree it was. That's the reason why you were having to block like this, is because she touched your heart in a way that you've not been able to forget. There was something about her way, her love, that was like out of this world to you, in the sense that you never really felt that way with anyone before and since, right? You haven't. You had hoped for possibly that kind of love to come to you from the one that you're now divorcing or have divorced, but it didn't. It didn't work out that way. And so when you had the opportunity to leave this behind, the first one that pops up in your mind is the one that's first in your heart, the one that's been in your heart all that time, that just bubbled up and said, remember me? Like she didn't say that. That'd be the spirit of her, that love that's in your heart. Remember me? Very quietly. Yeah, so you're feeling very, very lucky and quite happy to know that you've met this person, that there is a person like this in your life that you could reconnect with, mend a connection with, instead of leaving this relationship here and kind of feeling like that fish out of water. If you don't have anyone else in your mind, on your mind about who you'd like to get to know better after you put this to an end, then if that's the one that's still in your heart that you've never been able to, forget completely, even though you tried real hard, you're so happy and feeling so lucky that you've got somebody that you can at least try to mend a connection with. You do. You're really happy about that. But you walked away from her, but with walking away, you are also realizing with great luck that having walked away from her caused you to grow, to gain a wider perspective about things, to be able to see why, how, and when, the psychology of all this, or psychology of this. Why your mind wasn't developed. Your thinking patterns, your beliefs, opinions, attitudes, negative patterns of thoughts, right, were not developed in a sense that in a way that would help you expand and grow to the degree that you could only imagine. And so you needed someone, you needed a life, you needed an experience where it made you think bigger. It did, because this one was keeping you down. It was keeping you small. You had to start thinking bigger. Yeah. You had to start thinking bigger in the ways of the heart, though. Not just in the mind, not thinking, but also feeling the pain that's in your heart for what was going on here, but also the pain of having lost a connection with this one here. You walked away. From walking away from her, it allowed you to really pay your karma for one thing, but you probably weren't thinking about it that way. But it allowed you to pay your karma off, to have those experiences that perhaps you had, put upon others through your own ways that your wife or long-term partner was mirroring back to you when you were moving recklessly, impulsively towards this one when you were in a relationship, but also just to this one without taking the time to get to know her first, to see if she really was everything she said she was. So you're feeling very lucky about that. And it's been able to illuminate, you've been able to find your subconscious mind, the fears that you've got buried in there, they became, you were able to gain some clarity about them. You were able to see them. You were able to see that you had feelings for her, and that really she's the only one in your heart, really. You've come to see that, but there was a whole lot of not truth, of fears that are not the truth about who you are and what your life's about, suppressed in your subconscious mind. Remember, if you watch my readings, you'll hear me say like the onion, right? Where it's got, I think of the Outback onion. I don't know what it's called. Plume or something like that. I'm not sure. Blooming onions. Yeah. All those layers of the onion with the center in the middle is the soul, is in the middle. The light, the truth. The truth of who we are is in the middle of us. But it's covered over with many layers of fears from past conditioning, from our childhood, all the way through each relationship that kind of goes, south for the most part, and it's been a lot of ups and downs, and you kind of learn through what you learn about some of the things that you're afraid of, right? But if you don't take the action to actually rise up enough to say, yeah, I do behave like this, and it's because of these fears, these beliefs I have in me, from when I was like as early as when I was a child that I developed that belief, or later, you said, okay, I need to pull that out, because it really is just a sword and a stone, right? At that point, a sword and a stone, it's not really doing anything, and it's stuck. So you got to pull it out and then say, this is not who I am, this is not my truth. And then God's hand comes through the clouds, like we see in the tarot deck, where the cloud in the hand for the Ace of Cups or whatever, and in the Ace of Swords. You put that truth into, or that lie, that belief that you have about yourself, put that into God's hand and say, please God, take this from me, because I don't know what to do with it. I don't know how to heal it on my own. I need your help. So then again, that lie comes up again, it bubbles up, and you see it, it's showing up in your reality again. And you say, please God, I need you to take that again from me. I obviously haven't let go of it completely. And then again, and again, and again, until like this is the last time God says, I got it now. There's no way you're going to feel like this about yourself anymore. You're growing. Yeah, and that, all of this, you know what I'm saying? Caca. All that caca has caused you broken hearts, and you've broken hearts. It's caused you a broken heart, but you have broken hearts as a result. It's same, for the same reason. Same beliefs are causing you to feel brokenhearted, and that which you operated from that caused you to break other people's hearts. Yeah, so these all fell on the floor. And this is the scythe. I have to get them. All right, just give me a second, guys. One flew, like it just took off, I think. I'll probably find it later. Oh no, it's over on this side, that's why. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's upright. Actually, they're all upright. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah, but that's like 6 cards. All right, I'll use them anyways. There we go. You know what you're cutting out, right? Let's see. That's what you're cutting out. 7 of Swords. That heartbreaking attitude and beliefs and patterns of thinking that cause you to behave in negative ways. You're cutting that out. Knight of Wands, player activity, player days, right? When you rushed in, hurt people's hearts, and took off. Yep, you were a player. You played her, and maybe others too. As a King of Wands, that's the greatest player of them all, but lately you have been, as a result of cutting this out, you've been able to say, okay, no more impulsivity. This is the slowest moving energy in the deck, and the slowest moving knight as well. So now you're on your horse, moving very methodically, strategically, but moving forward very, very, in a methodical and taking your time, taking the time needed in order to make sure you don't make rash decisions again when there's no need for it. I got dirt on the cards from the floor. Yep. And you know that this one, when you go, she's going to be like kind of sharp too, because she's cut out things that no longer serve her in her life, and that could have been you. And you know that she's going to possibly be in a Queen of Swords, but she is like, she's highly intelligent, okay, but she is she's discerning, yes, but she's fair and she's very communicative. So you're not going to get the silent treatment, just put it that way. You won't get the silent treatment, but she's discerning and intuitive. So if you don't come correct, that's why you are thinking you need to come. Let's strategically come with a loyal heart, committed, slow, taking it easy, giving her time, and not pushing things on, pushing the issue, pushing what you want, your agenda, your intentions. You're not doing that, because she'll just raise her sword and say, look, I heard you out, but this is all in your timeline. You got to take, oh, I forgot my what do you call it, microphone. So this has all been in your timeline, and that doesn't suit me. If you want to reconnect with me, to reunite with me so that we can collaborate more on possibly making it a relationship, an intent, a connection, like mending it, this has got to go. This has got to go. Yeah. And that's what that's what you're cutting out. You need to cut it out. She's brought that to your attention, that love that you want. This one brought that to your attention, that's the way you behave. But this one has told you that in order to become more on that emotional, like controlled, more emotionally controlled individual, a higher vibe person like she is, you have to cut out certain things. You have to slow yourself down and cut out certain things. And so you want like now that you're able to, you see her as a wish fulfillment, but you also see that this was overindulgence at the time that made this a bad connection, because and you needed a deep emotional cleansing. That took you a few months, right? And that way you were able to cut out your past, turn away from the past, so that you can look at your horizons and jump on one of those ships, not feeling conflicted about it, but you've been scared to do this. You've been conflicted about it. Remember, you were sitting on the fence for such a long time that you're still sitting in that kind of energy even to present day, because it scares the bejeebies out of you about moving towards somebody that the connection has been an ill or a sick connection. And I don't mean sick in any other way than just not feeling well. It's not a well-being connection. Hasn't been for a while, possibly. So let's look at the near future, see where you're going. But this is why that's like that. And this, so you broke her heart, your heart's broken. You hadn't been speaking the truth, but you walked away from her, maybe when she really needed you too. Could have been. You walked, like, come on, when you're sick, you need someone to help you. If you can't really help yourself, you may have walked away from her when she really needed you. She could have really used you. And I don't mean used in a bad way. Okay, coffin, then thief, and then anchor, please. Archangel Michael. Ooh, autumn equinox. Prepare for change. Timing is a few months, okay? That's definitely change when something's put in a coffin. Something else has to take its space. 7 of Wands. There's someone worth fighting for, and you're worth fighting for. You're realizing that. There's a Queen of Coins and the 4 coins. Okay, So what I see here, no, I'm going to keep going, okay? I'm going to keep going until I get them all out. Thank you, Archangel Michael. How about the Thief, please? Yeah. Thief, we have the Ace of Cups. Wow. See, someone stole your heart, possibly. Or stole your chances of that kind of divinely inspired and offered love, great love. Wheel of Fortune, your movement forward. 6 of Coins, and the Magician. Here's the Star and the High Priestess. Okay, what about the Anchor card, please? Your Destiny, Balance, Equal give and take, and Manifesting. You know, when you rise up, when you heal, and you know, because you started to you know, allow your mind to be informed by your heart more often. 6 of Swords. See, look at that. The waters here. When you allow your heart to be heard more often now, then you become a master manifester. We're always manifesting, but a master manifester is when you really, you know, you're so good at just, you know, is everything that you want and desire that's not going to be of any kind of pain or hurt or despair or any kind of loss to anyone else, then you'll get it. Just, you know, you think and desire about it and then let it go. Next thing you know, you see it showing up in your reality. Waning moon, waxing moon, I mean. Page of Coins, laying down a foundation. The Tower, which is the Reckoning, and the 5 of Coins. Okay, 5 of Coins. Now, yeah, this is all about what she did. This one here that you're putting an end to. That is the Queen of Coins. She's the one that you're afraid is going to take all your money. So I'm not too sure in the near future you're divorced yet. I wouldn't say that, right? You're not divorced yet. You'd like to be, but you're not there. Yeah, she stole your opportunity, your destiny to have a big love, a big divinely offered, inspired love. She was greedy. She focused on, it was a marriage of convenience, kind of, in the sense for her especially, that it was about the money. It was about being taken care of, having that stability and security in her life. So she was not giving very fairly, and she was you were manifesting as a result of that, manifesting and moving away from the rough waters of being with her, of this instability time. She stole something very important from you as you see it now. And this is the waxing moon, which means that you're making progress. It's like the cycle from the new moon all the way to the full moon. So you're making progress. If it's from the full moon going down to the moon, down and then up to the new moon again to start the new cycle, that would be the waning moon. This is the waxing moon. So you're making progress, moving ahead, right? There's somebody, you know, that you want to put your focus on. However, this could be too that you're looking at, seriously looking over documents that need to be signed that have to do with breaking a contract, which is the Tower. The Tower that came down has been leaving you feeling like very unsettled. 5 of Coins, being left out in the cold from love. So it's kind of like you're still in the past, even though you're presently here, and you know who makes your heart sing. You know that. You know that you need to cut this out to mend a connection, but it's because of this that the connection went dry. But you know, so you have to put an end to this over here. You've got a strategy to become single, to overcome the obstacles of being with this person, the delays of being able to move from where you want to be in your life, including your love life, to where, you know, from where you are to where you want to be. You have to overcome the mountain, which is this marriage, really, and this person, whatever she does, try and delay you. Excuse me. So this is the one here, Queen of Coins. She's the one you're committed to, which is, she's very, very pentacle oriented, and really good with thinking about creative ways to make money and such, maybe business wise too, because you know, is it an Indian lady here or Pakistani, and I'm not sure. But they're very, you know, very much a business, like they are, they know how to take care of their home, their family, and help their husband run a business. I do believe, don't quote me, okay? But yeah, you've been having to stand your ground against her with the Seven of Wands. You're worth fighting for, and you know that there's someone in your life too that's worth fighting for, and it's not this one anymore. It used to be, it's not anymore. She's making life very difficult, this one. She'd be in reverse, okay? She's making life very difficult for you, and you know, you're just leaving you to have to sit on your coins, to actually sit on your what you have for money right now, because you know, with her being focused on money, that divorcing her will leave you with 4 pentacles that you'll have to tightly, you know, clutch onto, because she'd probably try and take those ones too. But yeah, you've lost great love, your opportunity. You lost a great opportunity for great love. So it became a time of reflection instead for you. She took it from you. That's the way you feel. She took it from you, your destiny to all great things, all that prosperity and abundance and all those forms, like I said over here with the 7 of Coins. You feel like this is karma for one thing, but at the same time, your path moving forward to that kind of love, that contentment, that satisfaction, that just knowing you're in the right place at the right time. She's taken that all away from you. That's the way you're feeling. Of course, you know, nobody can take what you don't allow, right? And you know that now too. So there's been some unequal give and take. You've been giving a lot to her, and this has been, you know, been very unfair and imbalanced for you. You've been feeling like she's just not showing up in the relationship the way she used to, or maybe the way you would hope she did, and never has really, or did for a while and not anymore. So you're manifesting a total move from the rough waters of the emotions to calmer waters, and you will be in the near future making some progress in that direction, because you'll have the documents to sign. What do you think those documents are? The one that's going to bring that that marriage down. It's going to bring it down, right? It's going to bring it down, and you are going to be out of the woods. Da, 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 da. 5 of Coins in the reverse. It says out of the woods. You'll be out of the woods at that point in time. But, you know, until the Tower comes in, puts an end to the marriage and her like just possible nasty, greedy ways, because you won't need to deal with her anymore. It'll be like, it's either going to be the death of you, or it's going to be the death of this whole setup, partnership, relationship, marriage. Okay, that's leaving you feeling like you're only going to be left with 4 coins if you're lucky. 4 coins. Yeah. And so right now, in the near future, in order for you not to be feeling like you've been left out of love completely, you've got to do something. In the Tower, the divine is coming in to help you make that happen. It's going to seem harsh. It might even seem scary, and it might be very, very painful. you know, heart-wise, breaking hearts, whatever. But it's a necessity. It's something required for you so that you don't have to feel like you're left out of life, out of love. Okay? That is where that is. So let's see what the angels, archangels, guides, your guides, everybody's guides. Yeah, let's see what you have to say, angels, please. Thank you. What can you tell our collective audience here? What do they need to know? Improving health. Bad health, improving health. Who do you think you're improving health with? Not only your health, if you feel like this is either going to be me in the coffin or it's going to be this relationship in the coffin. If I don't do something, because this is just not a nice energy to be sitting in. It isn't. After a tower? I mean, I can't ask for better guidance, really. Not the right time, obviously. It isn't. It's not the right time to pursue this connection here, to try and make it better, because you still have your baggage. You still have your baggage that you're carrying around, the Ten of Wands here. You're still carrying the Ten of Wands. You're still carrying that burden of this relationship with this person from that like I said, it's twofold. This is someone that you've possibly been known for a long time, maybe even as kids or college days or whatever, but it's also the past is somebody that you're focusing on right here. Okay, what else? So compromise, you have to find some compromise, because it takes two to tango here. The divine is saying it takes two to tango. Look, you realize because you were like this in the beginning, that you moved in hastily towards somebody that you really didn't get to know. You thought you could because she was somebody you've known for a long time. So yeah, she's already like, she's past the radar kind of thing. She's off your radar because there's nothing to be concerned of, simply because you've known her for so long. But that doesn't mean you really know them. You come to realize that now. And she's been showing you how the Ten of Cups with her is not ever been a Ten of Cups like that, because there have been many secrets. But you have secrets too. You have emotions for somebody that you met in the past that you've not shared with her, or you know, you're hiding from yourself. You're not, you know, you're in a position where you need to compromise. You need to come clean. You need to be a truth speaker. You need to be fair with her, even though she's not been fair with you. You have to model for her how it's done. Whether she learns it or not, it's for your own spiritual development. You model it because it helps. It's just like flexing the muscle, right? When you want to learn something, you've got to try it. You've got to at least do it. I mean, maybe you don't want to learn how to be generous, fair, and kind, whatever, but I would hope that you would, because this one is, okay? You've got to flex those muscles, and no better person to start with than the one that's been causing you a lot of grief. A lot of grief, okay? You model for her. Now, like I said, whether or not she actually takes on that, like that gratitude of the fact that you're showing her how to be generous and fair in this relationship, it may not actually, that may just be a seed in her subconscious that then grows, and it'll show up in her next relationship or the relationship after that. And you say, well, why do I care about that? You care about that because as you're modeling for somebody, and I know this for myself, as you're modeling for somebody, you're teaching them, but you're also a student of your own teachings. Yep. You learn. In other words, you build up good karma, which is dharma. We never really refer to it like that, but it's dharma. You start building up dharma because you are doing the right thing. And you're learning from it yourself. You're not just teaching it. You are a teacher and a student at the same time. And I've learned that so many times myself. That and it's just like this. Whatever it is I can share with you right now, guys, I'm learning it myself as well. Not that I don't know a lot of what I already have been able to share with you. It is that it's just being more confirmed, more solidified, because it's kind of like going, yeah, that feels real right to say that, to teach that, to share that. and look for a sign that you're compromising is taking it's got its own day in court kind of thing. You're compromising is having an effect, an impact on your life. Forget about her life. Just be fair, and not, you don't necessarily need to be generous, but like fair, and you know, don't try and thieve her part that the courts might give her. Try to thieve from her. Just do it upright. Just be upright and do it right. Behave and look for a sign that you are making that difference in your life by doing that. And if you aren't, reconsider, and look for a sign. Reconsider, just reconsider. Always be in that flexible, open mind, not in the closed mind, narrow-minded perspective type of person, but be compromising and be, you know, ready to reevaluate something. And then there's recovery, because you are in that open framed way of thinking now, knowing that what you've known all your lifetime isn't necessarily what it should be, because look what you've ended up with over here and still bothering you over here in the near future. You will recover. Your health will improve, and this connection here will improve. And what do you think? Through the compromising, looking for a sign, and reconsidering, and waiting, like it's not the right time to pursue the Queen of Cups, okay, right? You're still married, or in divorce, but it's going to improve that connection, okay? And it's going to, by being this, compromising, looking for a sign, reconsidering, you're going to recover that connection. You will recover yourself, you know, health-wise, abundance-wise, you know, prosperity, right? Even your health, your physical health, you will recover yourself, because you're going to feel lighter, having let go of, you know what, all the heavy burdens of your past and your current situation with the Queen of Coins. You're going to be able to let all that go. And how relieving that's going to feel to you. You will recover, and as a result of you recovering, you can recover this too. Okay? Hope that was helpful. Thanks so much. We'll see you on Tuesday, and I just want to say Merry Christmas, which I'll probably do every day this week, but don't forget. But Merry Christmas if you don't come back to watch another reading. But if you do, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.